God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the German Tier 8 heavy tank, the VK 101P. Now, this is a tank that I played through a very long time ago to get towards the mouse chin than the mouse, and quite honestly, this is probably the better tank out of the three. I'm not a fan of the mouse. I think it's too slow. Its armour just gets wrecked by everything. Like, you can get some ridiculous bounce games, right? You can get those games where no one seems to shoot you with premium ammo, people ricochet off your turret, and just don't pen your armour and stuff like that. But for the most part, I tend to play it and then get like wrecked by artillery quite often, more often than not. Generally in that tank, it's artillery that wrecks me, or the enemy team just fires nothing but premium at me and destroys me, because that's the way it goes. It's either, well, to be fair, there's that and what you're seeing right now in the VK 101P and how slow the tank is. I mean, obviously they're super heavies, so they do like 19-20 kilometers an hour top speed, and yeah, there's a lot of times, especially at tier 10, where you drive and then you drive and you drive and then you drive and then you just keep driving to hammer in the point. That's all you do, is you drive, and you just don't get to the fight. The fight just withers away from you. It's like getting Abbey and then going to the heavy tank flank on the right hand side if you were south spawn. Like, you end up driving down there and finding nothing, or you find that most of the team's there, and by the time you actually get there, their team's dead. It's just frustrating. So it's tanks that I never play all that often. But I saw Ollie, one of my subscribers on here, was in my Twitch stream, and he was saying how he'd had a good game with the VK 101P. You know, and he had a pretty nice game. He bounced like 5k damage, which is amazing for the tank, really, because I mean, it's always, once you're blocking more than your health, you're doing a good job. And I thought, you know what, let's take it out. And we had two games in it. This one's a pretty good game, but the next game is one of those games that you play this. It's one of those matches that you play this game for. Best way of putting it, because it was so much fun. It was edge of your seat, like, oh my goodness, this is going to go badly really quickly, and it just somehow works out, that sort of thing. It was great fun to be a part of. You know, it's one of those games. So this game anyway, it's San River, and because it's encounter, we both spawned in the upper echelon of the map, so we've progressed to this sand dune here, and we're just pushing in on the enemy team. We're getting some nice shots into the lower plates of the defender. We got lucky with a few shots earlier on while I was blabbering into the side of the other defender, which were pixel shots into where I could actually pen the guy, so I was quite happy about that. We managed to shut down that defender, and now there's the Jagdtiger 88 over there. Now, I can't quite see where he is, whether he's on the top of the ridge or if he's on our side of it. I'd assume by the map he's on our side of it, because of that sun glare, which means obviously you really struggle to see over. But we got a nice shot into his side to track him, and we're just looking to try and hopefully finish him off. Now, I'm quite confident of penning the Jagdtiger 88, because the Jag 88, unfortunately for itself, doesn't have the best armour in the universe, and when you've got like 223, 224 pen standard like this tank does, easy to pen. So we ended up shutting him down, and now we're going to play a risky game here, because there's this Jagdpanther spotted up. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to crest the ridge, snapshot and auto-aim shot in, and hopefully kill him. We didn't kill him, we bounced because we didn't aim, we just snapped the shot in and hoped for the best. And we ended up getting tracked up on this ridge, so what we're going to do is come at it a different way, and we're going to come over so it's easier for me to get back, get a nice shot into the side of the Tiger P, and again, just keep pulling back and keeping myself a little bit safer. Now, this is kind of risky what I'm doing, because it could end badly for me in a number of ways, but I'm trying to keep my armour angled as best I can, so that Tiger P with his 203 standard pen is going to struggle when I come over the ridge line and then, you know, put a shot into him. We actually end up finishing him off. So there's one tank left, it's a light tank, it's a Tiger Shark, it's over there, and I'm like, it's a Tiger Shark, you know what? I'm going to load HE for the memes, because that's what we want to do. And we end up hitting him blind, and he's lost a lot of health there. He lost about 330 odd health, which unfortunately means that I actually didn't pen him, which I probably would have got an extra 100 odd damage at that, but it's still crazy that I ended up doing like over 300 damage with HE to him. So we finished that game with a top 3 between me, Swindle and Randy. We finished 4 kills, 3.6k damage, ace tanker, and it's actually quite close in the second mark. I should push for the third mark, I should say. It's one of those tanks though, can be a little bit frustrating. So yeah, we finished with 1700 base as well. But yeah, the tanks like this and other slow tanks are just a little bit frustrating to get, like third marks for and grind for, because generally they're just too slow, and there's a lot of games that do get away from you. Now, right there, I was actually looking at Discord, and then I look up and there's just a Swindle parked in front of my tank, and I'm like, oh, hey mate, how did you get there? I don't know how you got there. It's actually one of our teammates just caught him and flicked him in front of me, because I just put auto drive on and was looking at Discord. I just hadn't realised, so I was just driving with a Swindle in front of my tank as space armour. It was very kind of him to donate his armour to me, wasn't it? So mines, we're on mines. It's tier 8, or is it tier 9? It might be a tier 9 matchup, and we're going to go fight. Yeah, it's a tier 9 matchup. We're going to go fight for the hill, because the hill is the most important place on mines, as it always is. And because we're slow and there's no artillery, praise be, we are going to be able to fight this position hull down really quite nicely. Now we slap a shot into the lower plate of that Hydra, which is quite nice. It's kind of lucky, because with my standard pen, the Hydra is not the easiest tank in the world to keep penning. If I press A and load premium, the Hydra is the easiest tank in the world to pen. We get a nice shot through the lower plate of the King Tiger. We got there in the end. And it's literally just a case of keep poking up on this ridge, hoping they drive round and keep popping shots in. Now I've put myself in a little bit of an awkward spot here, because the gun depression is just lacking. Unfortunately, that shot ends up hitting the rock next to me. I will say at this point, I actually haven't got any of the accuracy skills on this tank, because this was actually only a 3-skill crew. So all I've got is Brothers in Arms, Repairs, and Sixth Sense. So some of the shots will go a bit wacky, and that's actually because I've not got the perks to make it better. But there you see a bit of a problem with the VK101P. They literally snapped my cupola, penned it, and the thing is, if they're firing premium, which some of them are, they will pen the turret front of this tank quite easily. We get another shot straight through the lower plate of that Hydra, and we're just going to keep popping backwards and forwards on here just to try and get some more shots into them. And at the minute, they've got the numbers advantage. It's pretty much me and Randy holding this corner. We've got Swindle that's come in as well now on the other bit of the hill to punish them if they advance too far. Really, if they wanted to try and get rid of me, they could have done quite easily. But luckily enough, they are literally just sitting in front of us. They're really holding this corner to my advantage, which is really kind of them. I'm very happy with them for doing so. But right here, we lost the other side of the hill. And right now I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to die. This is my death. And I'm going, Swindle, help me! And he kills him. He kills him. So, we're alive. We survived, just about. At one point, I really did think I was dead. We slap another shot through the lower plate of the Hydra, but we're actually in such a dire situation here. They're wrapping around from both sides. So I load the APCR because I'm thinking, you know what? I'm not chancing a bounce on these Hydras. I'm just not doing it, because if I bounce, it could be death, and we could lose the game quite easily. So I've loaded the premium because I want to deal with these Hydras. Like I say, the AP, if I hit the lower plate every time, I will pen it with AP. But if I hit the upper plate, it's quite likely I'll ricochet. And especially if we get closer, the lower plate will become less viable to hit. So we slap a shot through the King Tiger, and it's like, right, we've got to try and win somewhere on this flank. Randy's at the minute holding back a couple of tanks that are behind us. Like I say, what we've done is we've actually pulled back up the hill a little bit to try and reload and get a bit safe. But the Hydras have seemed to have disappeared, and they're actually round the corner and staying away from us. There is a pesky light tank on our right, which is going to be a nuisance. But here's one of the Hydras. It's like, right, I'm getting rid of you. Goodbye. He was actually a 3-mark Hydra as well. He's gone. That's one threat down. And then this Icebreaker's coming around. Now, this Icebreaker can kill us in one shot every time. So this is where the strength of the tank with its super heavy armor comes in. And we're going to start angling up. Now, we're trying to aim for a shot on the Tiger Shot, but unfortunately he gets away. This Paladin drives around. It's like, right, okay, please don't pen me. please, please, please don't pen me. And we're just going to be like angling now. That's it. Now the Concept 1B's here as well. And me and Swindle are like, oh my goodness me, this is not good. This is not a good situation. So what I'm trying to do now is get back into a position where I can angle my armour, keep my lower plate clear. And we're just angling up now, hoping for the best. And we're bouncing so many shots now. We get a shot through the lower plate, that icebreaker. Now we've bounced everyone else. We're still getting shot from the Tiger Shark or the Trailblazer, whichever one it is over there. We're just keeping angled up. We've got ourselves into a better position here where my lower plate is always covered. My cupola is covered by the rocks as well. So it's going to be harder for these guys to pen. The Concept's making a play randomly to try and go that way. He's actually running in front of our guns. So Swindle managed to double tap him. It's put him on a 2-shot for me. But he's put him on low enough health that it takes one more hit. That's it. We managed to snap an RBRT into the Trailblazer, which is very lucky, especially since I don't actually have any of the accuracy perks. And Swindle's like, right, we want to try and get rid of this heavy down here. So he's gone in, he's dropped his 2 shots in. It's like, right, okay, I'm going to drop down and try and put a shot in so he's a 1-shot for you. Because by the time I'm reloaded again, or should I say, by the time I've done that, Swindle will be reloaded. But the Trailblazer's poked out. And the Trailblazer dumps his whole clip into Swindle, kills him, unfortunately. So it's just me and Randy left on the hill with this heavy tank behind us. And what I'm trying to do is pull back around this corner so that if this Paladin decides to come round, I've got a cover on my left. And if this Trailblazer decides to come round as well, I at least can pull back and dip back into the rocks. Now this Concept 1B is on the right, which could be a pain. We try and get a shot into him. Unfortunately, we end up hitting the floor. And like you see, you can see me looking. I'm wary that this Trailblazer is going to just rush round, because this Trailblazer only has to pen me 2 out of 3 times to kill me, and obviously he's got 3 chances to do it. So he could miss one and then kill me with both. And here he comes. It's like, are you actually going to rush? And he does. So we are loaded. We pump a shot in. I'm saying, Randy, please help. This guy's coming, but he's bounced 2. I know I'm not going to die now. He pens us with the 3rd. I'm safe now, he's not going to kill me. Although obviously it does have a quick reload. I'm just like, yeah, he's not going to kill me. And unfortunately I don't quite reload in time, and Randy's just going to go chasing after him. I'm watching in case he does YOLO all the way around this hill and I can finish him off. But he does check back. Randy finishes him off. And you can see how hectic that got for about 2 minutes, and we're up to 6k damage and nearly 6k blocked. And now we're going to try and help this T10 that is really struggling with this Concept. Now we get a shot nicely into the side of his turret, and it's just the Paladin left. Whew, I think I can stop for breath nearly. No, it's now 2v1. And me and Randy are both not healthy. So we're actually both 1-shots for this guy. So we don't really want to muck this up. Randy's saying, I could jump on him. But at the same time, I don't want to lose this game. So we slap a shot into that guy and we finish him off. And if you were wondering, I was using that Kampfpanzer there to keep my lower plate covered as I came around the corner in case he looked at me. So we end up with that game with a victory, and I can catch my breath now. 5 kills, 6.3k damage, 2.3k base, top 3 for us again. The pleb platoon going strong. Made 102k in a tier 8 tech tree tank, ace tanker, the Spartan medal, the steel wall, the high caliber, because we ricocheted a lot of shots while we were on low health. 2.3k base XP, like I say, 5 kills, 6.3k damage. And that was an incredibly fun... That was one of those games... That is the reason you play this game, because that was so much fun to be a part of. It was a great brawl. And against the odds, what it seemed like at one point, we managed to win that game. And it was so much fun. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
A great success!